Alright, this is a 95 Firebird with a 3.4 liter V6. And after looking, it's going to be fun. Changing the power steering pump. And this is why I'm changing this one. I'll keep updating the video as I go. So far I've removed the air intake hose, which was simple as, let's go in from here. There it is over there. The coil pack, you got these two right here. But that third one right here goes way back in there, and that one you have to have a long 10mm wrench, and these two are just easy to get to with the wrench, so I use this one. Next we'll be taking these bolts back here out and this one up front out. Okay, got that bolt out. We got those 3 bolts out there. Problem is, on the back she still has more bolts. It's a 15mm bolt right beside the temperature sending unit. You can take that one out, where you can fight with, I got the light on, no. There's one right down here, one way down over there. You can take those 2 out, or there's 2 that hold it right here. So, I decided to take this one out. Alright, we have these 3 bolts out, that bolt out. We have 2 more on the back. The ratchet is hooked to one, and the other one, you can see my finger, is right here. Once we get those 2 out, we should be able to remove the pump and the housing. Alright, once you have the pump off, or out of the, away from the motor, you get a 16mm connection right here that brings the high pressure line into the power steering pump. And you've got a basic hose clamp that holds the low pressure line to it. You want to remove those 2 and then put your hoses up so that it doesn't drain all your fluid out, especially if you're working on a slab. And I forgot to tell you, the 3 bolts in the front and the one on the front by itself, all those are 13mm. You will need an extension to get the one that's in the, it goes right here. You want to need an extension for that one. And on the back, those are 15mm. It's going to be hard to get a wrench in there, so you want to use a socket. And once again, this is a 16mm. And here it is. Front. And the back. Unfortunately, it is a lot different. Not really a lot, but the pulleys are different. And the pump housings are a little different. That's an old school 350 or 305 power steering pump versus the one that just come off the 3.4. So I cannot use the one that I thought I'd be able to use, that I've had in my shop forever, just in case. I either have to pull the pulley and replace the pump, or go to the junkyard and just get this whole assembly. So after finding out that it would be 2 weeks to order one from a parts store, a new pump, I took this pump, which is out of a 94 Chevy 4.2 liter pickup. It was on that mount. The bolts line up. The shaft's the same size as the one off the old pump. I pulled both the pulleys. Now I'm putting this one on the mount that came out of the Firebird. And once I get the pulley on, I'll put it back in the car. All 4 of these bolts right here are 1/2 inch. And obviously, I bought a brand new pulley puller from Harbor Freight. Someone decided they liked my old one more than I did, so I had to get another one. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Okay, the old pump, and the new pump, the pulley for the Firebird, and the old pulley that came off the Chevrolet truck. Once again, the pump housing is very similar. One off the Chevy truck is a little bit taller. From side by side, you can see the difference in the necks. However, all I have to do is replumb this high pressure, or excuse me, return line, and the high pressure line is the same bolt as the one on the car. They're almost identical, and the back bolts are the same as well. So this pump will work, and it'll save me 2 weeks of waiting, and no junkyard around has a 4th generation Firebird or Camaro, so that's what I have to do. Now once you get your pulley on all the way, you're gonna have a big issue if you don't have a little pipe wrench. Big pipe wrench will work too, I'm sure, but if you put it right there, you will not hurt anything. You can hold that still while you take a shaft out, then you can take your input out, if that's what they're called. I just know how to use them. But that's how you want to do that. It's hard to get this into a vise and still be able to get this, so get yourself a pipe wrench. It'll make your life easy. Well, I ran into another problem. The way that this bracket on the back is designed, let's see, I don't have a light. Where this, put that over there. Where this hose is coming out, it's going to hit right here. So I can either take this bracket off, which it'll run fine without it, it's only a little V6, or I can notch it, take it off, notch it, and put it back in so that these hoses will fit in here. If I would have waited 2 weeks and got the right power steering pump, I could have mounted it right back. So whatever you decide to do on your project, that one will be on you. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this bracket out and leave it out for right now. Okay, it's complete. I've got the belt on, got the pulley in, got everything bolted up, intake back together. Got to get some plastic clips. This car's been sitting for 2 years out here in this barn. But all I got left to do is put power steering fluid in it. Got my wife getting some from the store for me, and should be ready to rock and roll.